Today marks the fifth week of protests throughout the world in support of Black Lives Matter. Our next guest has created a map showing in real time where the protests are happening, and he's documented more than 3,800 locations so far. Alex Smith is a geographic information system analyst, and he joins us from Tucson, Arizona. Welcome, Alex.
Oh, thank you for having me on today.
Yes, Alex. So first, for people who can't see your map right now, give us an overview of what it looks like and what data you're tracking.
Well, I am tracking every city or town I can find across the world where there have been Black Lives Matter or George Floyd-related protests since May 25th. And right now, what I am seeing when I look at the map is an absolute flood of points. The United States, Southern Canada, and Western Europe are just completely, if you zoom out on the world, you can't even make out the country shapes because there are so many points crowding the map. So my process is kind of a combination. I get emailed tips from some folks. I follow some Twitter threads where people have been posting protests happening, and that was actually the inspiration for the map originally, was following a Twitter thread by a journalist who was posting all of these protests happening in small towns.
Are there any things that surprise you when you look at this map and through your research?
Well, one of the things that I keep noticing is how many points there are, or how many towns and cities there are in areas that we would, typically consider to be very quote-unquote red areas, or very conservative regions.
But personally, why are you doing this?
I really wanted to create a document of the scope of this that I hope might be useful for others in the future, too, who can go back and use it to reconstruct, more of what happened, or to use it to create narratives of a lot of the stories that underlie these protests.